The famed 100th Battalion 442nd Infantry Regiment will be recognized in the National Memorial Museum of the U.S. Army when it opens.
The second-generation Asian American soldiers defended the country despite being discriminated against because they were Japanese. In tonight's Aging Well, KITV4's Diane talks to one of the veterans who's actually part of the exhibit.
The U.S. entered World War II in 1941, and 94-year-old Mililani resident Charles Moriyama remembers it like it was yesterday.
I was a freshman at the University of Hawaii when they asked for volunteers, and like many young people, we wanted to do our part.
He served in the U.S. Army's Military Intelligence Service, or MIS. He says he didn't experience much discrimination, but his brother was sent to 2 Hawaii internment camps.
He was at Sand Island first and then at Honolulu, but he was never sent to the mainland, so after about a year, he was released.
And still, Moriyama, like the Japanese-American or Nisei soldiers of the 100th Infantry Battalion, 442nd Regimental Combat Team, fought for the U.S. despite racial prejudice on the home front. Here's the group from Hawaii gathered at Iolani Palace. The National Museum of the U.S. Army will now share their stories. Many of the men featured are from the islands, including the late U.S. Senator Dan Inouye.
Half the story comes from Hawaii. So you cannot tell the story unless you explain the Hawaii experience.
Some of the displays include a timeline of the Nisei experience, a display case with their personal objects, and their life stories.
It would be good to leave a legacy for the future generations. Especially my son and my grandchildren. They probably don't know too much about the 100, 442 and MIS during World War II.
Historically, I think it should be wonderful for everybody to know about it. I think so little is known about what the Niseis did.
These stories document the soldiers' unprecedented patriotism and valor to prove their loyalty in the name of freedom. Diane, KITV4 Island News.
Our story is so deserving of being shared. Now, the museum's opening date is delayed indefinitely because of the pandemic.